Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive to keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for the semifinal collision. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. First down here for this offense. And now the handoff. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Boy, after all the buildup and all the hype for the playoff game, you'd love to see the offensive line take control here on this first play. Just establish an identity. Let this defense know who they're facing.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Looking downfield. It's Strong. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Sets up as a 3rd and 3 here on this opening possession. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Needs a completion here on 4th down. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
Football knocked loose in the backfield. Recovery by the defense, headed the other way.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
The offense will begin now with excellent field position. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. The offensive coordinator's got to love this starting field position. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him.
Heading for the goal line, and now the ball's knocked loose. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
Man, Chris, we can hear the contact from that hit all the way up here in the booth. So, hey, it's easy to blame the ball carrier, but I don't know if anybody could have been able to hold on to the ball after that hit.
And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. Gives it to the back. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's 2nd down and 5.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Picks up the first, looking for more. And he's brought down, but not before he gets 1st down yardage.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Ball handed off. And they'll tackle him about the 23-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. Short pass finds the tight end. And it's good for a 1st down to the 36.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. Like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice 1st down.
This Kentucky offense is quickly moving down the field. Here's the handoff. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Looking to throw. It's Strong. Close to the tight end. Makes the catch downfield. It's a big gain across midfield down inside the 35.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Catch made by the tight end. Not easy to bring down. The cornerback finally gets the job done.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today, receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. Man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
First down, looking to throw the football. Looking to scramble. Receiver makes the grab, And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
And that is always the toughest thing for a defense. When you cover the initial routes by the receivers, but then they start their second routes adjusting to the quarterback scramble, and they're able to get open. And when you have a quarterback who can run around and buy time, it makes it so much tougher on coverage.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Handoff to the back. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. That kind of execution, a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. That's a very nice return before stepping out of bounds. Puts the offense in nice position to start the drive. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They moved it well last time. Got across the 50, but then fumbled the football away. Solid run. Tackled at the 45-yard line.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
The game makes it second and medium. Tailback with another carry. And he's tackled just short of the midfield line at the 49.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
The offense will line up, chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. They're going to throw for it on third and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Phillips. He goes down right there, but it's enough for a fresh set of downs for this offense. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Direct snap to the back. Has the first down and more. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Finding some room at the 25. Tackle made at the 21, but this offense is in great position to add more points.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Got it. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And the wideout goes in motion. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
And he's finally tackled at the 3. Defense getting pushed backwards.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.